Our next panelist, Professor Jito Vanualailai, has a Bachelor of Science degree from the University of the South Pacific. He majored in mathematics and physics. He was also awarded a Japanese government scholarship to undertake postgraduate studies in Japan, where he graduated with a Master of Engineering specializing in control and systems engineering from the University of the Ryukyus, Okinawa. He then attended the University of Kobe to undertake the doctorate program in mathematical control theory, where he successfully completed the program in 1993 and returned to Fiji, where he joined the University of the South Pacific in 1994 as a lecturer in mathematics. He has been with the University of the South Pacific since then and is now a professor of applied mathematics. And he has also been the substantial director of research at the university. He is currently the Deputy Vice Chancellor and Vice President of Education and has published extensively in his field over the last 25 years as an academic and researcher. We welcome to the podium Dr. Jito Vanualailai.
Thank you so much for that. At the foremost, I would like to acknowledge our Chief Executive of the Dialogue Fiji. Thank you so much for the invitation. It's really an important issue, and when I saw that the issue sent to me by the Vice Chancellor, who is now in Vanuatu for the USP Council, I thought to myself, this is the most important issue, because we have to ensure that we understand really the perception of the low quality. Now, just before the chairman of the Dialogue Fiji left, Mr. Mburesova, what he mentioned was this: 50,000 of our graduates, 50,000 of our graduates from whichever institutes that we think about have left Fiji and employed by other countries in the world. Now think about that. USP has been in existence for 50 years, and if you think that we just simply go to work not thinking about quality, that's crazy. You might as well just take a horse who doesn't want to drink water, put it to the lake, to the whatever river. For 50 years, USP has been in existence, same as FNU. All they have to do is just amalgamate all these units. But for 50 years, in fact, FNUs even existed more than USP, exist for about 150 years because of the Fiji Medical School. It's crazy to have this perception that we're not dealing about quality. That's what we do. That's our bread and butter every day. My goodness me. Every day since I joined the university, almost 30 years ago, we've been hammered left, right, and center. And I see my colleagues here who are sitting down here, 4 or 5 of my colleagues here. Every day we hammered about ensuring that we do the assessment right, that make sure that our academic programs are aligned to the needs of the society. Every day for 30 years. Oh my goodness. So the question is, what was the issue? What was the problem? So let me go back to the thing that I was trying to say. Sorry, lecturers do this, by the way. I cannot talk more about the quality. It's coming out from my ears, with all due respect. What else can we do for you? For Fiji, for the region, what else can we do for you? I would like to talk on behalf of my colleagues here, Mr. Sukani Balu and Professor Ni, but of course, let me talk about university just a little bit. Look at that. What else can I do for you in terms of quality? The MBA program, we are recognized by the United States. I just came back from San Diego. All the things, Jito, please. I went to San Diego because they want us to re-accredit for the next 8 years. Jito, please re-accredit the university because the university is a symbol of quality. I said, what? We were accredited in 2018. We are asking now for re-accreditation, reaffirmation. They recognize our university because our students, when they graduate from the university, they go to the United States and they can be employed anywhere. USP is a only registered training organization. And thank you, Asmund. Asmund's work was perfect. He made us make sure that we become the only registered RTO recognized by Australia, What else do we need? What else do we need? That's why I would like to thank you, Mr. Nilesh, that you have created this forum, because we need to disseminate the issue that, look, our tertiary institutions have been in existence for almost 150 years. That's it. What else do you want? It's the quality issues. We deal with it day in, day out. Our institutions of the quality, the best quality. 50,000 going to Australia and New Zealand. There was another comment from your chairmanship. They said, is this a good thing or bad thing? Of course it's a good thing, because we are educating global citizens. Look at that. There's nothing wrong with educating global citizens. It's the best ever, because that reflects the quality. So what's the problem? What is the problem? Why is it there is a perception that there's a decline in education, the quality of education provided by the tertiary institutions? Why is there a perception? I'll just give you only one answer to this. Please go ahead. One answer to this. And that is the expectations of the employer. That's why I'm so happy that the representatives of the employer are here. It is very, very important to demarcate, to differentiate between university graduates and those who are graduating from vocational studies. That's very important. If a smart employer will always be able to ensure that they demarcate between these two. And so I use AI, by the way. Brilliant. All I ask AI, ChatGPT, please give me a landscape, the tertiary university landscape that shows the synergy between university and the vocational institutions. Very clearly shows that. University is about why we do things the way it is. Why 1 + 1 is 2? I'm a mathematician, by the way. Do you know that I spent almost 50 years of my life trying to understand why 1 + 1 is 2? I have to actually do the research work. It's not mechanical. Vocational study, with all due respect, it's really just giving the skills that they require now, and they go out there, they do the work that is required of them. But perhaps if you ask them why you're doing what you want to do, what are you doing, that is a different issue altogether. But if you are a university graduate, it's a completely different ball game altogether. If you are a university graduate, you should be able to show why 1 + 1 is 2. So what I want to emphasize today, with the presence of our employer representative, is that when you see a university graduate and you see a Pacific TAFE graduate from USP as well, you should be able to differentiate between these two and make use of their strengths. That's the trick. But don't immediately say, wow, this person comes from USP, spent 4 years, is bloody hopeless. Let me give you an example, and I want to give you an example because of these 4 years we're teaching our university students to be flexible, to move from one point to another in your career. You see, that's very important. And in fact, I'm so happy because I'm going to use an example, with all due respect, my colleague Varun Rao. Varun Rao, please stand up. He's a brilliant graduate. He's a computer scientist. He's so flexible. He moves from one place to another. Why? Because he understands the concept of artificial intelligence. You can use a vocational person to do ChatGPT like me. But if you ask him, how does ChatGPT work this way? We will never have an inkling of how ChatGPT works. But you ask Varun will say, it's done this way. All right, let's move then. So, this is a very simple example of software engineering. An employer expects the new hire to jump straight into specific immediately. But this is the problem. Next, please. This is the problem. The vocational graduate could have been immediately, maybe for example, 6 months, who would have learned how to do the software engineering. A graduate takes 4 years. So this is where the mismatch of expectations that we talked about. Next page, sorry. Absolutely. And that's what we are grappling with today. The perception of a disappointed employer. All he's saying, what the hell is going on? I hired this person here, 4 years, he doesn't even know what to do. I had this guy here from vocational studies, seems to be better. But that's the problem, you see? Next page, please. Smart employers, this is important, sir. Smart employers understand the different education backgrounds and align the education of their graduates accordingly, and effectively harness the unique strength of each of the type of these employers. That is a vocational study student, which is great. He's got the skills. There's nothing wrong with it. But you got a university graduate who can do better for your institution. Next, please. So I call this, what we call this, the symbiotic relationship. I need the employer needs me. And in fact, that is the definition of the quality of programs in the university. I need the employers so that I can have the fit of purpose. What is the fit of purpose? So that my programs can align to their needs. That is a definition of quality of a program. You look at that. But what is the fit for purpose? The fit for purpose is that when I know what the employers need, I will then tailor my program accordingly. That's it. It's a very simple. The symbiotic relationship is actually the definition of quality. So please go to members and say, look, we need to work very closely with the university because that is a symbiotic relationship that we need. You know about the flowers and bees. There's a symbiotic relationship. I'll give you some very simple examples. The symbiotic relationship, fit purpose. What we want at the university is an enhanced internship and corporate programs. This is a solution that we're talking about today. This is very good. For example, the Fiji government has actually beginning with it. Join the Fiji Civil Servants Internship Graduate Training Program. We need that so that we can tailor curriculum accordingly so that our students fit into the internship program. Next one is the fit for purpose. Fit of purpose, look at that. The industry comes to us. It's a very good example of it. And say, look, you guys, I want to establish this hub that will give you the skills for your students. That's what we're doing. A new hub to be opened this year with Telecom and with United States Cisco. That's the way it is because they give us the idea, we change the curriculum accordingly. The fit of purpose, two different definitions of quality. The fit for purpose, that is how do we tailor our curriculum so that it aligns with industrial needs, and the fit of purpose is that do we bring in the feedback and tailor accordingly. It's very subtle, but that's what we do. Everything we do this kind of thing. So don't say that we don't think about quality. Finally, intervention in the fit of purpose, economic strategy, aligning the educational outcomes. We need to have what is the economic strategy of the Fiji government. We need to know that. Without that, we are just bloody, flowing in the somewhere out there. We need some kind of economic strategy from the Fiji government. We need the government to provide clear guidelines. Otherwise, the university will be just floating out there by itself. We can't. We have the symbiotic relationship, the mutualistic relationship, biological relationship. We need the employer, include the Fiji government, and us working together. And that's why dialogue is very important. And I thank you, sir, for the dialogue today.